Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the Christopher Marc Show. Today I have a privilege of being with an amazing artist, amazing person, vibrant, colorful, you name it, she does it. Armani, can you tell everybody your full name and what you do?
My name is Armani Marie Cologne Dorsey. I am an artist. I paint. I love to paint, and I teach art as well.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So what inspired you to, one, teach artists? Like, what was that thing about? Like, what inspired you to do that?
I grew up, I was raised by two women. I grew up with parents that were artistic, very much so. They would paint murals on our walls. They would show us little things that they learned along the way. So I guess they really put that in me. And then I had amazing teachers growing up that showed me their techniques. I had this one teacher in high school, very intimidating, and you knew his class was you had to bring it. And I loved everything that he did, and his name was Mr. Marchetti. But he was amazing, and I had awesome people in my life that showed me the way, so I'd love to be able to share that too. Anything that I picked up.
Did you ever feel like at any point in time, because I know for me, I took an art class in college, and I didn't do too well in it, but I did good in the painting, right?
Uh-huh.
And my teacher was like, "Why are you like? How are you good at the painting part, but you're not good at the drawing part?" And I was like, it's missing the colors. I was like, the colors does it for me. Was there ever any point in time of your journey of learning how to be an artist where you were like, you felt like your work wasn't good, or you know what I mean? Like, you ever feel like that?
When I got to that art class in high school, I remember feeling very intimidated because he had amazing artists all around. So I remember just trying to keep up very hard. But as I got to college, when I took my first art class, it didn't feel that intense. It was actually taught by a religious brother at LaSalle. He was very, very sweet. It felt like a soothing environment, and that's when I kind of by that time I already started to feel more comfortable in doing art and not feeling anxious or feeling like I had to prove anything to anyone. It was just something that I expressed.
So what is your with everything that you're doing now as far as artistry, like what is your goal with it? Are you still doing it moving forward, or
I
how's
still
it?
create art.
Okay.
It's more for me. I had an awkward journey with commissions, which was pretty cool. It was probably not orthodox. When I was in college, I remember I was working at Home Depot, and I had this awesome manager named Ada. Shout out to her. And I remember she took me under her wing. She used to do these big celebrations for every holiday or big event that we had, where she would hand paint characters, anything like that, and it would be on foam board. But she took me under her wing and showed me how to do that. And in doing that, somebody asked me to do cutouts for their child's birthday party. So I started to sell that while I was in college. It was a nice way to make money on the side. I still kind of do that. I have some props. I used to do it not always for selling it. These are humongous, but this was a Beetlejuice themed one. These are really huge, but I still do art for me. I have a mural on my wall. I like to paint. It's for me mostly, to express myself.
Okay. So do you because I know for me, like, whenever I express my like, whether it's through music or putting together shows and stuff like that, it's always like more about the story I want to tell. So would you say that, like, I know your art is for you, but what would you say is like the message that you want to send out through your art? You know what I mean?
A lot of the pieces that I say are for me. A lot of them, they were capturing things that I worked through.
Okay.
So with the mural on my wall, that was done right after the pandemic hit. This was on the eve of 2020, just before January 2020.
Yeah.
And it had been a brutal year, not just for everyone. And I needed to find a way to express that. So I made this really
And you,
quirky portal. I wish
yeah,
I could show you a little more. I call it a
that,
portal because it's like Rick and Morty inspired. The ends, like you just jump right in. um, I a lot of my work, it's me working through things like heartbreak, things like that.
oh,
It's for me to, yeah.
that's,
Thank you. But a lot of when I say that it's for me, it's mostly me working through things and expressing whatever I'm going through in that moment. And
okay.
yeah.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Trust me. I've written all types of poetry and stuff like that. And I would share it with my brother.
Well,
Yeah, right. And I would share it with my brother, and he'd be like, "Yo, man, you alright, man? Like, come on, let's just go out. We can go get some meat, man. You cool?" Like,
sometimes you gotta get
like,
it
yeah,
out.
man. That's my feelings, man. You know what I mean? Your feelings a little dark, man. I was like, listen, man. Everybody go through stuff. It's cool, man. Normal.
And
But
that's
I
a
think
beautiful. So,
it is. I think that's the thing I love about being an artist and working with people is like you get to share your story, but you also realize that you're in a space where people can actually like understand it. You know, they always, you know what I mean? Like it's a best of both worlds type of thing.
yeah.
You know, people can understand where you're coming from, but then also, you know, appreciate it in the same breath.
A lot of that when I did my poetry, and I still do, and even with my paintings, when I look back at them now, I remember believing that I wouldn't be able to get through. So it's just like a little check mark. My artwork, my poetry is a check mark. Like I've made it past this. So being able to look back at it, like I remember thinking that I wouldn't be able to get past it. So
Right.
it's awesome.
Wow. Yeah, no, trust me.
What a beautiful way to commemorate that.
It is a beautiful way, trust me. It really is. So let me ask you this. So I know that you teach people at this, or help people who are painting is it Painting with a Twist? Am I saying this correctly?
Yes, I worked for Painting with a Twist, yes.
Okay. All right. So what was that like?
That was a nice atmosphere. It was more like mingling and helping, meeting people mostly. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were in good spirits, mostly when I worked there, so. Yeah.
Did you like when you were helping people, did you realize that like were they good at painting or drawing?
Everyone had their own style, and I picked something up from everyone there. Everyone
Okay.
had their own style.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, is that something that you would do again?
Possibly, yes.
Possibly,
But
yes.
maybe on the side where I actually get to join them and have fun too. And yeah, I'm doing on the sidelines. I'm like, oh, you guys are having so much fun.
So, you know, and then you just put a little brush over somebody's painting real quick. This is nice. Like, you like this.
Look at us.
We're doing this together. It's amazing. This moment, we're sharing it. So let me ask you this. So I know you're in school. You're doing a lot of cool things. You mind sharing that? Like what that journey is like for you?
So I start school in the fall. That's for, a speech pathology path.
Okay.
That's like, it doesn't really have anything to do with art. I mean,
Oh,
I'll
it's
still find a
cool.
way to incorporate that because that's who I am. But
Listen. Yeah, it's funny because now I noticed that people are incorporating art therapy into speech therapy as well. Like I've actually met a lot of people who actually started incorporating both and fusing them together.
yeah.
So it's an amazing thing. So for you, I know that's something that you wanted to do, but what sparked the idea of you wanting to, say, hey, this is what I want to go to school for?
Toddler class at the Goddard School. Just watching their therapists come in and out and the way that they interacted with them one-on-one, it inspired me. I wanted to be a part of that. And I felt like I already had like a small part because a lot of their therapists would like compliment me on the way that I was working with the children. So I was like, maybe this is something. I wanted to be a part of that though and help in that way.
Right. Was there any moment that stood out for you that was like,
when
You know, I want to
their
do something.
therapist would come back and say like, wow, they're speaking so much to you. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, they are. Yeah. They're like, wow, they're doing all this. I'm like, yeah, they are. They grow here.
Yeah, they are. They got this to me. Yeah, they doing it.
By the grace of God. Yeah.
So what is it? What is the thing that you think made them want to be open with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think that thing is about you that makes them want to be like, I'm going to talk to you?
I don't feel like there's anything special about me.
Okay.
I believe in God, and I feel like it's Him working through me. When it comes to me being in my teacher mode and connecting with people, that's Him. I give Him all the glory because I could never by myself.
No, I agree with that 100%. People, it's like you those moments where you feel like vulnerable. That's when you feel human.
I remember being in like a dark space when I was younger and just thinking like I could never be this, I could never be that, I could never be a mentor. Like, why would anybody wanna? But I feel like God worked through me and said, why not you? And it's a beautiful thing. I'm very blessed to have touched as many lives as I have. I'm very blessed and grateful.
No, I trust me. I feel that way. I was on a kind of call with a friend of mine earlier, and I was explaining to him. I said, this journey of helping people, working with people, and you know what I mean, like it's so fulfilling. And it's right. Like you get a chance to
learn more about yourself too when you go out of your way to help somebody else.
Yeah. And I've learned I've learned like my strengths and then also my weaknesses, and I've learned like that both are okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're both okay. Like being able to be open and then also being able to say, hey, you know what, I don't you know what I mean? I don't have all the answers, and I always say to people like, keep it simple. Just keep it simple, because it's like life is complicated, but God always makes things very simple.
Yeah. And He makes a way. He makes a way every time. Every time. Anytime that I've had to go into a space where I had to teach or lead or anything, I've always prayed to Him for strength and grace and anointing to do what I'm put there to do. Even if I don't believe in myself, I believe in Him. So I'm just grateful. And having art, using my art to connect with people, that gift, it's a beautiful thing.
It's like spiritual.
Yeah.
Because when you're I remember one time I actually read a poem to someone, and they started crying, and I'm like, really? But they were saying that like what you said, like I needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it was just it was in that moment that you realize, like, man, you know what, like I love this. Like this is like being able to help heal and help uplift and inspire people. I'm like, I can't imagine doing nothing else. You know what I mean? So it's really fulfilling. So when it comes down to everything that you're doing now, what does the future look like?
In the future, more art, more painting, more art, more connections with others. I love when I'm able to use my art as a way to connect with others. It's just, I love it. I learn more from others in that way. Like I love it. I look forward to being a therapist, God willing. Licensed therapist, speech therapist, that'll be great. Yes, graduating school, that'll be great. Again, the second time. Another 4 years.
Wait, so you went to school for something else before?
Yes, I attended LaSalle, Bachelor of Arts in I graduated during the panoramic. It's the pandemic, but it was horrible.
Okay.
First grandchild to graduate from college, and I had to stay home. That's okay. We got through it.
It was one of those moments, right? You know?
Yeah.
So, am I going to do this in my pajamas now?
Yeah, I was in my pajamas with my parents downstairs. They're so sweet. Get your cat, baby. Is my cat from high school.
I'm like, I'm going to graduate in my pajamas. I always thought this was a nightmare, but wow. It's actually happening.
That is alright. It's okay.
Got
I have a
you.
good story to share.
Yeah. Do you, so with everything that you're doing, do you feel like you've accomplished a lot? Or is there more
When I sit and look back at it, yes. There was a very short period in my life, 21 to 22, I worked at this art center, and it unfortunately closed down. Love them very much, Portside Art Center. But within the span of a year, I ended up helping them, my 2nd through 5th grade students, I helped them create a nice big Pennsylvania-inspired art piece that Joe Hohenstein, he bid on it at our silent auction. It's in his office, which is really cool.
Wow.
I got to enter the flower show. My 2nd and 5th graders, I had them design this door display, and we put it in there. We got an honorable mention. Like, when I look back at stuff like that, I'm like, God, I never thought I would be here. I'm so grateful. And I'm excited for whatever else he has planned.
So you're yeah, I mean, it sounds like it, you know. I think it's those are moments, great moments.
Yeah. I look back, I'm like, wow, this really happened.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm only this many. 25.
It's weird because you seem so mature. You know what I mean? Yeah, you seem so mature. You know, it's like they say that people, as they get older, depending on their experiences, they go through. They grow and they evolve emotionally in a way where they can, you know, even though they're younger, they're actually very older in years and in wisdom, you know, on a spiritual level. So I think that you have that gift. That makes sense, you know. So if people wanted to hire you for art, or you know, say, hey, can you create the portal to the next world for me?
That would be so awesome. My husband has asked me to do it. I'm like, dude, we're gonna activate it at midnight. We're gonna jump in. That would be awesome. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, because
it's supposed to be there. I think that's cool.
Yeah. You know, I have a like I told you before, we have a community, so I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to connect with you, and you know, being able to utilize your ability to envision things.
I'm trying to revamp my art page, my art Instagram page, but it's like, so reach out. I have things saved, but I just haven't put it out there.
I understand. Put it out there. Show people some of the, you know.
I'm learning that more and more as I get older. I used to be so self-conscious and in my head about it. So I'm like, what if they don't like it? But now it's just like, it's not for them. Just, yeah.
Yeah. It you know, you'd be surprised who you're going to help and who you're going to save from when you share stuff. You know what I mean? I was always surprised. So you never know. You know what I mean? So how can people, if they want to work with you, how can they find you? What is your social?
The way that you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have so you want them to use LinkedIn?
Yes, preferably.
Okay. What are you under LinkedIn? Right?
Armani cologne. I have to check.
Look it up, ladies and gentlemen. Take your moment. Go ahead, look it up.
Thank you. I do know my name, by the way.
It's all right. It gets difficult sometimes. I understand.
Just What's the question? Okay. Monty Cologne Dorsey.
Okay, sweet, sweet, awesome. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create her profile under the Gym Society so you can see everything that she does. And if you want to connect with her, you can. Armani, thank you. I'm, you know, this was a great experience. Not only you just sharing your vision, but also sharing the people that you've helped in your short period of time, as you say. You've done a lot. You've done a lot. You've done a lot. I think that's the thing about it's like people. You never hear the good that people are doing in the world. You know, so much negativity.
It's good to fill the world with more good, though.
It is.
Especially right now.
You know, sometimes people need to feel special, man. Trust me, I totally, totally get it. So I appreciate you for being on the show, and I definitely will share all the information to. Hope you guys enjoy this, and I will talk to you later. Peace.